they told me that, hey, you gonna keep her? What's going on with that and everything? And I pretty much told them like I'm not there, even though I was there a week and some change. That's not long enough time to like say I like have feelings for this girl and
Yeah.
everything like that. Like I appreciate everything, the time we spent together and everything, but it's not enough time to like build something solid. It's just not enough time. I'm trying to figure out everything to I'm gonna be over there in January, but just trying to figure out everything and actually move there in the future. Hopefully, definitely next year. And actually, once I'm there, then I can, take some stuff serious. But I hear even when I was down there, I heard stories of guys, sending money over. They come, I guess maybe once or twice a year. They hang out, but they've been talking when they've been back in the states. And I know one of the guys I knew, I'll use him for example. So I guess he had a chick, we was in it last night, my last night in the club, they were, chemistry. She dancing on him, throwing it on him and everything. I'm like, okay, this is a little more than just they've been knowing each other for a little minute. But then, one of my other boys is like, hey, he been sending her money. So
Yeah.
you gotta watch out for that. So it's not real. And the thing is though, he's basically sharing her. So
Yeah. 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 If you're not there, and
yeah.
man, look, there's rare things where I'm seeing with women just cool when that guy's coming a lot. Cause I know guys who married, and we got dudes in my Facebook group now getting married, but those guys moving over there and they living in the DR in all kind of places, man. But let me tell you, I have saw things with dudes that introduced me to chicks, right? I got a story time about a guy I met, and he got the girl a BBL, and the girl disappeared. I get to Susu. I go to a party. She at the party with the BBL, and she's telling me not to tell him. And listen, dudes at the party, two cats went in the room with her. I'm talking
Knocked
about
it
knocked her down. I'm talking about you look good. When I saw her, I'm like, dang, you lucky I'm cool though, boy. I look, kid, I get back to Santo Domingo. He's still looking for her. He looking for her. He don't know where she had him. Like, he like, have you seen her? I'm like, hey man, let that go, bro. Just
Let it
let it
go.
go. Man, all these women here, why you hung up on one chick, man?
Mhm.
All these women in Santo Domingo, he worrying about the one who don't want him. I think it's something genetic with men psychologically, and women like this too. People want what they can't have, and sometimes man, you get
Yeah.
into trouble like that. Look, a PIMP told me when I was a kid, like the one that like you. I ain't never forgot that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Like the person that like you because
Mhm.
man, I don't spend my wheels a couple of times in the United States running behind a woman who was no good, and boy, you just waste so much of your life doing that, man. You know what I'm saying. So look, Keith, but by you living in Sosua, man, how can a person recognize that something is, we all know what Sosua is, but when the chick ain't trying to really play you to the left like that, you know what I mean? Ain't trying to juice you up. I know you know some square chicks in Sosua. I know a lot of just cool chicks who, hey man, you want to get this box is okay. That's what it is, but she ain't trying to juice you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely find it. It's all about. I think it's about building a relationship with them. And not in the sense of like y'all dating or y'all together, but just in the sense where you make it you make it comfortable. I always tell brothers like if you want just for her to come in and just do whatever y'all do and leave and you pay her, then set the environment for that. If
Yeah,
that's not what you want to do, then set the environment different. Have a little swag to you, brothers. Like have a little setup to you. I always say play their music. Make them comfortable, and then
hmm
but you can easily find that. It's just you can't. I don't think you can present it as if so aggressively. I don't think these women respond well to aggressive relationship things. They might play into it because that's what you're saying, but in the end, they're just I don't think they're really into that. So you just got to be cool about it because a lot of things you'd be surprised at what you'll get from these women out here if you ask. It'll really shock you
yeah.
what they're willing to do if you just ask them. So I think you just got to be more honest. Like that stuff we did in the States, you got to leave that stuff in the States, man. It's a totally different world. Like they got the home field. You got to approach it like that.
Man, I think what you're saying is 100%, and that's why I'm glad we do streams like this where brothers can talk. Because when I first came to the island, man, cats wasn't really doing streams like that, dude. I went I went lying. I did everything crazy because I think in my mind I really wanted that kind of relationship type of stuff like that to be solid. But when I got there, and I had that many options, bro. Tell you, man, I was like a drug head, Pookie on New Jack City. Till I just like I can smack, I can knock down cheeks right here, right here, right here, right. It just kept going. More and more cheeks. It just kept coming. And so I give into it a lot. And I talk about this, man. I was depressed, man. I had a lot of damage mentally in the United States, man. You know, we suffer from racism, man. All kind of things that you have when you're back, right? So you carry that around with you, man. Bad relationships, racism, being a second class citizen. Then when you come to a country, and not only are you a first class citizen, man, you're a boss. You know what I'm saying? When you come to these countries, man, our income is so high, we next level. So if you're not prepared for that, man, you could do a lot of crazy stuff, man. You could do some serious damage. But Kobe, you in the building. One of us echoing some kind of way. Let me see. Brother Kobe, how you doing, man? Are you ready?
Yeah.
So look, man, what we were talking about, man, is dating abroad. Is these things really real? I know you got a little shorty you kicking it with, I think, out there.
Yeah.
Is it real?
You mean for brothers that are just traveling or brothers that
Anybody? Yeah, I'm talking about the passport relationships. Whether you're coming for a short time or you looking for something serious, is that a real relationship?
Yeah. I think it depends on how the fellas go about it, right? Because I mean, we know a lot of times guys can go, let's say they go to Sasua for a few days and they can fall in love real quick, right? Because they had an experience and she put it on them. And you know, it's like you just said, we could feel like a boss right away. And one of two things, you can either jump on the first one and try to turn it into something without understanding what's going on, right? And a lot of the girls, they know that, right? So they might use it to try to keep you hooked, or you're in a situation where there's so many options that you can't really focus on one. Yeah, so I think it just depends. Like for me, I'm talking to the girl, right? But I feel like I have to make the move officially, right? To make it for me to be fully bought in. So I'm kind of just vetting her out right now. I'll be back in Cartagena in 2 weeks. So I think it's real. I think there's just a lot of pitfalls that you can make if you're going about it the wrong way.
And you fall into one of the groups we were talking about. You go so much that it's almost like you live there. You always over there. You're going a lot, but so I think that's kind of a better situation to be in. But we was talking about there's dudes who don't go but once a year, or they spread out twice a year, and they claiming these chicks, man. Look, tell you, I done had dudes show me chicks, and I know I know the 3 or 4 facts. I'm like, hey, bro. And sometimes dudes will get mad with you, and you're like, hey, man, this is my woman I met. Man, she's good people. I'm like, man, you want to know the truth or not? If you don't, I ain't gonna say nothing. Nah, man, tell me, man. I'm like, look, bro, I know a lot of cats that ran through that.